But let's switch focus. Aadhar Housing Finance also in focus. The PM announced 4 crore houses for the rural and the poor and the economically weaker sections. And we have a chance to speak with Rishi Anand, the MD CEO of the company. Welcome firstly, Mr. Anand, to NDTV Profit. I want to first quickly quiz you on what component or what part of your disbursements last year or the year prior were advantaged due to this scheme. So what component of your disbursements came from this particular scheme? Just want to try and understand the impact.
That's right, Harsh. And as an indication, if I can tell you, year-on-year basis, anywhere between 3 to 4% of our total asset generated in the year, that is incremental disbursements, we have been, subsidy has been received in those loans. And as you rightly indicated, any subsidy coming in towards the consumer and end user definitely helps improving the asset quality. And indicatively, if I can tell you, when the March 22, when the scheme got closed, we received close to about 700 crores of interest subsidy out of a total disbursement of 7,000 crores. So only in the last year we had 10%, close to about 9 to 10% of subsidy received against the total disbursement, but on an average about 4 to 5%.
Got it. But given the significant increase with regard to the plans with regard to rural housing, do you expect this number to go up substantially going forward in maybe the next 5 years in Modi 3.0?
So last year was one-off because the scheme got closed, but on average, as I indicated, 4 to 5% of interest subsidy against the total disbursement that we've done. Having said that, in the interim budget, the way the finance minister sounded, looks like the scheme should unfold in the larger scheme of things. More coverage should be given because it's a populist scheme. So if more coverage comes in, which effectively means more beneficiaries, more end users, which will enhance this percentage that we're talking about.
Got it. And Mr. Anand, how large? Just contextualize this for us. How large is this announcement if it were to translate to reality? How large is it? 4 crore houses versus the 3 to 4 odd crore that the government has done in the last 10 years. How large will this be for the housing sector in general as well as housing financiers?
If I remember right, Harsh, in the past scheme, it was close to about 3 crore houses. In the past, it was 3 crore houses, out of which approximately 1.5 crore houses have been commissioned. And when we talk about the Prime Minister Awas Yojana scheme under 3 crore houses, 4 crore houses that's going to be announced, the way it looks, we forget the way the entire ecosystem gets affected. For example, it is not only the housing end user that is benefiting, it is the developers who are benefiting, it is the cement industry benefiting, it is creating so much of employment, it is the iron and steel industry that gets benefited. So the entire ecosystem gets benefited out of it. So putting a number, I don't think putting a number to it would be fair from a perspective of what can this generate to the economy.
Right. Okay. So great context. Thank you so much, Mr. Anand, for setting that up for us. The stock of Aadhar Housing, can we pull that up if we can? Up now almost 6% in trade. Even though the component with regard to, at least the guidance given to us, the component with regard to this rural housing scheme or scheme for rural or the poor is largely a very small component of the overall disbursement, just about 4 to 5%, and that's expected to be or remain flat going forward as well. But the stock doing fairly well. With that, completely out of time on this edition of the Small and Mid Cap Show. From myself, Mahima, everyone who puts the show together, thanks so much for watching.